beautiful Libra, what's happening, what's crackalacking, and what's poppin', baby? It's your boy for CancerMoonsTarot coming at you guys with your mid-June 15th through the 30th mid-month love tarot reading. I hope you guys are well. If so, let me know down in those comments down below. Keep in mind this reading is general. If it resonates, that's awesome. If not, it's not your message. Feel free to check out any other amazing tarot readers that we got here on YouTube, okay? These messages may resonate backwards or vice versa, so take them how they resonate if they apply to your particular situation. And if you guys would like, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, which is all linked down below. And you guys can also check out my sister and her boyfriend's YouTube channel. That is the first link in the description if you guys want to take a look into my family's life. Nonetheless, my lovely Libras, how are you guys doing? Let's get into your June mid-month and see what the fuck we got going on, okay? Hopefully we got some awesome shit. These three cards decided to fall out, and let's take a look at those. You got here the Chariot, you got here the Emperor, and you got here the Three of Swords. Could be dealing with a Cancer or an Aries. There is this feeling of dominating your heartbreak, really taking your pain and turning it into something along the lines of power, harnessing your pain and using it as power, in the sense to rebuild yourself and really stay in that place where you are completely unharmed. It's rebuilding yourself and allowing yourself to know that pain is a part of life. Pain is a part of a process. It's acknowledging that pain will come and go in life, but ultimately pain will not ever break you. And that's a very powerful statement to say, and it's a very powerful statement that's true. Pain will never break you unless you let it. Life is going to have pain. Life is going to have happiness. Life is going to have contentment. Life is going to have misery. There's going to be many different emotions we experience throughout life. But what's most important is to acknowledge that we will not sit in an emotion forever. Every emotion we feel is temporary. Therefore, pain will be just as temporary as happiness. So there is this level-headed, grounded energy that I feel is coming towards you guys throughout the second half of the month that almost feels liberating, knowing that no matter what you go through in life, you're always going to end up being okay. And that's really, really awesome to hear. I like that a lot, actually. So let's take a look here. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs throughout June 15th through the 31st. Let's get a little more shuffle and take a look and see how the second half of the month will proceed. Libra, the overall energy for you guys here is the Four of Wands. So you can be connecting possibly here with a fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. Your current energy is the Page of Wands. The person you're dealing with here is the Ace of Cups, and the outcome that's present here, Libra, is the Chariot. I do feel as if you are making the decision right now to move forward and have your own new beginning right now. Granted that somebody in the background here does have love for you, I think you're acknowledging that it's time for you to step into a new direction. So first things first, the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands can talk about a relationship, but it could also talk about putting yourself in a new window, putting yourself in new opportunities, right? And I feel like with that being said, as you look at the Four of Wands here, there's these four little poles that kind of create this little arch, and you're getting ready to walk into something new. And I feel like you're doing this solo, though, with your current energy being the Page of Wands. So you are walking into something new by yourself. And with the Page of Wands being here, the Page of Wands shows this person, okay? And this person is holding the Ace of Wands. What does the Ace of Wands represent? The Ace of Wands represents new beginnings. And you are deciding to claim a new beginning for yourself. And I also always feel very lighthearted energy when it comes towards the Page of Wands. So this is all about you being in a much more lighthearted manner, being in a much more lighthearted place, not taking life too seriously, not allowing life to become too serious to the point where it's enjoyable. It's just, I want to do something good for myself. I want to be in a good position in my life right now. I want to be happy and content. And that's where you're walking towards, despite the fact that you may be walking away from somebody who does love you. As for the outcome that's present, of course, the Chariot, which talks about forward movement and the changing of paths in your life. So you are entering a new path here. We need a little more background here, which we'll get to understand further of the story. I do want to clarify real quick, why is the person that Libra's dealing with showing up as the Ace of Cups? Let's get some clarification on that. And we got here the Judgment. So yeah, this is a person who is looking for some sort of chance with you. Even though that they do have love for you, this chance does appear to be a second chance. So this is somebody who possibly wants a second chance with you again, wants to be back with you on a romantic level. Now, clarifying the Page of Wands, why is Libra showing up as the Page of Wands? And we got here the Hierophant, because it's almost like I've learned my lesson. That's definitely the energy that's coming through on your end. You've learned your lesson. Interesting. I'm getting a lot of energy in your throat chakra. And your throat chakra, of course, is self-expression. Some of you Libras may feel like you have tried to express yourself for so long and your voice was not heard. You may have felt like your voice was suppressed for so long. And now you're finally allowing your throat chakra to open. You're allowing yourself to be expressive. You're allowing yourself to communicate. And that communication that's coming through is, my lesson has been learned. Granted, the person that you're dealing with, Libra, has love for you. You acknowledge that. And maybe there's a part of you that still cares about this person. But I think you're recognizing that I am done trying to make things work that haven't worked. Despite of how much love is there, I'm not going to continue making things try to work. Granted, due to the amount of times that they haven't worked. So I feel here, Libra, that you are just not really giving your attention right now to your love life. You're giving your attention to your personal life. And that is not something that's a horrible idea. Sometimes that's one of the best things you can do for yourself, is give the attention to your personal life rather than your love life. So I do feel like you are kind of shutting down a connection here, and you're walking into your own direction, wherever you may choose to go. So what I'm going to do here, Libra, is I'm going to go over the person you're dealing with, all right? I'm going to take a look at how they feel towards you and what's going on with them throughout the second half of June. Then I'm going to take a look at, I'm going to take a look at the person you're dealing with. I'm going to see how they feel towards you and what's going on with them throughout the second half of June. Then I'm going to take a look at how you feel towards them, what's going on with you throughout the second half of June. We'll see where energies are aligning, and then we'll see the outcome. Now, in regards to who Libra is dealing with, how does this person feel towards Libra, and what is going on with this individual throughout June 15th to the 30th? How does this person that Libra is dealing with feel towards Libra, and what is going on with this individual throughout June 15th through the 30th? Let's take a look. First card out is the Temperance. You could be connecting with a Sagittarius, possibly. Whoever this person is definitely looking to heal and mend the connection. We got here Seven of Cups. We got here Queen of Swords. We got here Six of Pentacles, the Hangman card, the Six of Swords, and the Page of Pentacles. So whoever you're connecting with right now is looking to heal and mend the connection. They definitely don't want you to meet someone new. Okay? So when it comes to your own windows of opportunities, this person doesn't want to set you free and let you be happy. And that's where we can take a kind of look at possessiveness. This person you're connecting with can come off in a very possessive nature for some. And with that being said, they don't want you to be happy with somebody else. They just want you to be happy with them. All right? So that's how their energy is coming across so far. They truly feel like they wish that you could be on the same page with them. They feel that they have communicated to you numerous amounts of times how badly they wanted you to be on the same page with them, but it is not your fault that you feel differently, Libra. It is not your fault that you no longer want to give to this connection. That is totally and completely fine, and that is totally your choice, which should be respected, but I don't think this person is respecting that choice because they feel in their ego that you truly belong to them. Moving forward, we have the Hangman card and the Six of Swords. Whoever you are dealing with here, they do find it very difficult to be able to move on from you, and they do find it hard because they're constantly battling between being stuck on you and allowing you to be set free. They have difficulties setting you free, okay? So this is where this person's possessiveness comes in. Granted, you know, the truth of the situation is that no matter who we're dating, no matter who we're married to, no matter who we're in a relationship with, we don't own anybody. But sometimes our ego can make us feel as if we do. And the person you're dealing with definitely doesn't own you, but their ego makes them feel as if they do. And with the Page of Pentacles here, they're hoping that when you do move forward, as they're watching you move forward with your life, they're hoping that if they don't romantically get back together with you, that you at least keep in touch or keep in contact with them. That's what I'm seeing here so far about your person, okay? So they do come from a very possessive nature. They do want to fix your relationship. They do want to mend things, but they do not want to see you happy with somebody else. And if this person sees you happy with somebody else, that is where they will be upset. That is where they will take out their projection of that anger and possibly take it out onto you, okay? So I'm seeing this so far with the person you're dealing with. They don't have respect for you, unfortunately. Because if this person truly did have respect for you, they would want you to be happy with whomever you're happy with, even if it's not them. And they are a little bit too caught up in their ego right now to really see that they're disrespecting you rather than having respect for you, okay? Now, in regards to how Libra feels towards the person they're dealing with here and what's going on with Libra throughout the second half of June, let's take a look. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout June 15th through the 30th. How does Libra feel towards the person they're dealing with, and what is going on with Libra throughout the second half of the month? Your first card out is the Empress. Baby, you're in your element, and I love it, okay? I love when my Libras are standing in their elements, all right? The Empress, your most generic Libra card. Love it. Venus energy. Venus, by the way, is currently still retrograding in Gemini. So with all that being said, Venus retrograde right now may be clouding this person's judgment. That's why they're not seeing super clearly, because Venus, or any retrograde in general, tends to pull you into the ego. You have to see beyond the ego during any sort of retrograde. So whoever you're dealing with right now is really stuck in their ego. And of course, you being a Libra, you're ruled by Venus. So therefore, you are affected by the Venus retrograde, maybe a little bit more than other signs are, okay? So either way, your first card out, the Empress. Right now, you are doing good on your own. Right now, you have done a lot of healing, okay? You are really in a position where you've gone through a bunch of self-love on your own journey. You have done a lot to accept who you are. You have done a lot to accept that you're perfectly imperfect. And right now, I feel like you're very stable when it comes to just being on your own, being single. You don't want to be dependent on anybody, okay? Let alone a person of the opposite sex, let alone a person of romantic interest. You want to be completely independent, not dependent. Okay, now we got here the King of Wands that came out as well. We got here the Nine of Swords, the Knight of Wands, the Five of Cups, the Sun card, and then the Ace of Wands. So, based on how you feel towards the person you're dealing with right now, I definitely think you see how they try to almost make you feel as if you're dependent on them. Okay? This person genuinely loves you, Libra, but they don't see the negativity behind some of the toxicity that comes in their form of love. Because yes, they love you, but they do have some toxicity sprinkled in that love that they give to you. For example, this person has possessiveness. That is a toxic form of love. Wanting to possess another person or being possessive of another person is a toxic form of love. Also, this person truly knows you're independent, but when they're caught up in their ego, they tend to believe that you are dependent. They tend to believe that you need them. They tend to believe that their love is so superior to anybody else's love that if you're with them, you're going to be the happiest. So, with all that being said, this person truly thinks that if you were dependent on them, you'd be happier rather than just being in your own glory right now, being in your own independence. So that's where problems lie with this person. It's not that they're horrible. It's not that they're the worst person in the world. The problem is that they're caught up right in their fucking ego, and they are not getting out of it, and they're not consciously seeing it. That's the thing. Okay, moving forward, we have here the Nine of Swords and the Knight of Swords. Truth be told, I don't think that you want to go back to this connection. I think that when you think of the idea of going back to this connection, it makes you want to run. Knight of Wands. It makes you want to not deal with the stress again that you've dealt with previously. You just started to notice that as you're single, as you're embracing yourself, and as you're embracing being on your own, you recognize that you're more stress-free than you were being involved with this person. You feel better being stress-free than going back into something for you that was genuinely a stressful situation. So right now, Libra, when you think about the idea of getting back together with this person, you're not interested. You feel better on your own. You feel like the weight has been lifted off of your shoulder. And if I may say, you feel like the burdens of this connection have been lifted off of your shoulder as well. With all that being said, yes, there are parts of you that are disappointed. There are parts of you that are upset that things didn't work out between you and this individual, but ultimately, you're noticing that you're happier living this new life that you're living. This life of being single, this life of prioritizing your own happiness, and basically focusing on your personal life. You feel happier doing that. Taking care of your own business right now, taking a break from love, surrounding yourself with good people, friends and family, you know, possibly even dating and being open to meeting new people, because you have every right to do that. You have every right, Libra, to date and to talk to new people as you are single. So the person you're dealing with here has to actually learn to respect you, rather than be in that position where they're expressing their toxic forms of love, such as possessiveness and such as believing that you would be better off dependent on them, when that's far from the truth. Like I said, your person here really is caught up in their ego, and they have a lot of work to work through there, okay? So ultimately right now, from your feelings point of view, you're not interested. You feel a lot better as you're single. You feel a lot better mentally, emotionally, and you feel more stress-free, which is overall a very good thing. In regards to what you're doing for the second half of the month, it's just honestly vibing. You are really just vibing with life. You are going with the flow of life. Right now, just simply enjoying the improvement of your personal life, prioritizing your happiness, loving on yourself, staying around a good environment. That's what you're focused on, and ultimately I think you are taking a break from love, Page of Swords and the Four of Swords. So I do think that that's a prominent thing. I do think you are taking a break from love, and you're doing it with the intention right now of just simply prioritizing you. Okay? Relationships can be a little bit overwhelming sometimes, and sometimes it's great to take a break from wanting to invest into one. Now, Libra, does this mean you're not going to be intimate with anybody? Of course not. Libra, if you want a Friends with Benefits during this time, go get a Friends with Benefits and have yourself a fantastic time. If you want a connection with somebody that is completely nonchalant, which is basically like a Friends with Benefits, go for it. If you meet somebody new that you want to talk to on a romantic level and go with the flow with, go ahead and do that as well. I just think you're taking a break from all the seriousness, such as a serious romantic relationship. Right now, you're just trying to take things slow, take things easy, and that's what's really good and beneficial for you as you are feeling a lot more relaxed rather than stressed and overwhelmed, okay? In regards to where energies are aligning, Libra, between you and this person, let's take a look. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs throughout June 15th through the 30th. Where are energies aligning, please, between Libra and the person they're dealing with? Let's take a look. We got here the Eight of Swords, we got here the Wheel of Fortune, and then we got here the Knight of Cups. So, with all that being said, with all the numerous amount of thinking that you've done, you have came to the conclusion that this time, granted that there's love there, you are walking away from this. You're recognizing that maybe this person isn't it. Just because a person loves you and just because you may love a person doesn't mean that they're the right person for you. The right person for you will bring a hell of a lot more beautiful things into your life rather than stress and anxiety into your life. And I think that with all that being said, despite the love that may be shared between the two of you, walking away right now and just focusing on you is the best thing to do for yourself. And you acknowledge that. The person you're dealing with here, I do feel like they will still try to be in pursuit of you, but you're not going to let them be in pursuit of you because you're going to speak your truth. And that truth is that you are done giving to this connection. You are ready to move on. You are ready to embrace a new life. As for the outcome that's present between you and this person, Libra, let's take a look. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout June 15th through the 30th. What is the overall outcome, please, between Libra and the person they're dealing with? We got here Two of Pentacles, we got here Knight of Swords, and we got here Eight of Wands. With all that being said, you are going to let this person know that you are on two different pages, okay? Remember how in the beginning of the reading I said that the person you're dealing with, they want you to be on the same page as them? Well, guess what? You're speaking up and saying, no, we're on two different pages. I understand that you want this with me, but ultimately, right now, I gotta focus on myself. And you are being assertive, and that's very good, and you should be assertive. Because this person needs to respect you and respect your boundaries. And with the Knight of Swords here paired with the Eight of Wands, you're going to communicate to that. Okay? You're going to communicate that to them. Excuse me. And as I mentioned, you're going to communicate oh my god, I cannot speak today. Mercury retrograde is fucking me up. You're going to communicate this to them in a very, very stern manner. You're going to let them know who's boss. They don't have control over you. You only have control over yourself. So you are going to let them know in an assertive manner that you want to focus on you and that you are not interested in giving back to this connection. You have tried in the past with them, it didn't work out, and maybe it's not meant to work out is what you're ending up realizing, okay? So that's what I'm seeing here for you guys throughout the second half of the month. I see you being really assertive and letting a person, down. I see you being really assertive in ultimately just doing what you need to do for you, focusing on you and focusing on your own life, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, the person you're dealing with, they got to learn to respect you rather than disrespect you in the way that they have been. And who knows, maybe if they did respect you more, maybe there could have been a second chance here. But right now, you don't feel like anything's changing. You feel like they're the same old person who is lacking that respect for you, who's caught up in their ego. And it's not something that you're interested in investing in. It's just something that you want to stay away from because that stress is not what's helping you, okay? What's helping you right now is honestly focusing on improving your own personal life. That is more stress-free, and that is more beneficial to you during this time. So nonetheless, Libra, that's what I'm seeing for you guys. Of course, if it resonates, let me know down in the comments down below. And getting back real quick before we sign off on this reading, I do want to talk about your throat chakra again. Like I said before, I do feel like this person may have suppressed your voice. They may have made you feel like you were wrong and that you should be with them. They could have been very manipulative in that kind of aspect, but the good thing is that you have your voice back. You're going to speak up for yourself and you're going to allow your voice to be heard. And that's something that's incredibly important. So you will be seeing a dramatic increase in your throat chakra activity. You're going to see your throat chakra opening, and you're going to start to notice that you're very blunt, okay? And you'll be experiencing that bluntness now because you're allowing yourself to be honest, not only with yourself, but honest with other people. You're not fearing judgment anymore, Libra. You're speaking your truth, and that's something that is beautiful as fuck. I like it. I like it a lot. So my Libras, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Of course, if it resonates, let me know down in the comments down below. If it doesn't resonate, it's not your message. Better luck next time. You can also check out any reader you want here on this platform. And yeah, guys, I hope you have an amazing rest of your June, and I will be here for you guys for your July 2020 readings. Much love, everybody, and have yourselves a good one. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.